Okay, guys, so today let's talk about the topic of destructuring arrays in JavaScript. So it's actually an easy concept to understand. So we'll divide the code into. Let me use comments. So the old way of doing things before destructuring. So the old way, then we'll introduce destructuring. We'll introduce destructuring arrays. Then we'll introduce uh, skipping items, then we'll finalize with a rest operator. Rest operator. So the old way, let's start with the old way. So in the old way of doing things, we used to do this in arrays. Let me show you. So let's say, for example, we had an array. So const user profile. So let me use camel case. Profile equals to, so let's say name, let's say first name. Should be one word variable. No, not variable. I want to use the actual data here. So John, first name. So first name is John. So this is an array. So it's called user profile and it has the following items. So John, last name is Doe. Then we have a number. Sorry, let me be consistent. Numbers in array, we just write them so we don't have to quote. Then what else? Occupation. So let me say developer. Sorry, let me be consistent. Developer. Then United States of America. So USA. Then what else? New York. New York. So new. Sorry. Sorry. New York. Okay, so this is our array. User profile. So in the old way of doing things in JavaScript, we used to do this. So you'd say const, let's say const, first name equals to the name of the array. So user profile, so profile. Then you put square brackets and you put index of the item. So in arrays items are identified using index. So this one is at index 0, index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the item at index 0 is John, index 1 is Doe, blah blah blah. So let me just copy this, copy, paste. So instead of first name this time it's last name. Then last name is at index 1. Then we have age const. Let me use constants. Const age equals to user profile at index 2. So I think this is enough. So basically, the fact that I'm finding it difficult to continue is what structuring arrays will fix. So basically, this was the old way of doing things. You had to write everything and capture with the index number. So let me run this and show you. So let me console dot log. So this is to output the result. So first name, copy, paste. Okay, so first name. last name, then age. You can put the semicolons in the end or not, but it's important to put them because in some cases, not putting a semicolon in the end will not work. Okay, so let me run this and see what we get. First name is equal to user profile. Sorry, so there should be an R here. So user profile. So let me clear this and rerun. So this is what you should get. So this was the old way of doing things. You had to write them manually like this. But in destructuring, let me show you what you do. So I will keep this. Let me just comment it for now. Then for this is what we are going to change. So let me comment it too. But this one we are going to use. This one we will not use. That is a past tense. So in destructuring, this is what you do. So you'll say const. Let me say, for example, the variables are going to be constant. So just like in the example above, so const, then you open an array, then this array contains variables. So variables that will store the items in the array. So for example, first name, so first name, then last name, then age, then then occupation, then country, then state. Okay, so equals to, then you match it to the name of the array. So user profile, just like that. So this one is the same as what we were doing above, but here you accomplish everything in one line instead of writing this line, and this line. Just put them in one line, and it will do everything. So let me uncomment this one, show you. Uh, so if I run it, we should get the console.log first name. So first name is not defined. First name. Mhm. So first name John, last name Doe, age that one, occupation developer, country USA, state that one, user profile. Let me clear output, close. Okay, let me rerun. Okay, here it is. So it works well. So John Doe 34. So basically that's it. So you see, I've only outputted the 1, 2, 3. You can output any value. Let me say, for example, console.log country. Let me just close this terminal because it is causing some errors. So you see, USA, this one. Okay, so I know some of you are going to ask, how about if you don't want to output this and this? So that's where we have skipping items here. So the third item in the table of content is skipping items. So let's say, for example, we want to skip, or let's say, for example, we want to output the first three. So for the first three, it's easy. You just remove the rest. Let's say, for example, up to there. If you just cut, then okay, let me comment this one. So we have first name, last name, and age. Let me close this and run. You'll see, country. Why is it outputting country? I just got rid of country. So let me rerun. Nice. So you see, first name, last name, and age. Okay, now if I uncomment country, you should get the error that we just got. So you'll see country, because country is not in the destructured items. So we only have first name, last name, and age. Okay, so basically that's how it works. Okay, let me go back in time. Okay, let's say for example we want to omit occupation. So to omit an item in the middle, just remove it and make sure you retain the comma, the opening and closing comma. So leave a space for it, but don't omit the commas, because if you omit the commas, the first will go with this, the second will go with this, the third will go with this. Then instead of developer going to occupation, it will go to country if you don't put this comma. Okay, so let's skip. What are we skipping? The occupation. So we've skipped occupation. Now, if I run it, it should just work okay. It is working okay because I haven't asked for occupation. So I haven't asked for occupation here. So now let's say, for example, I ask for occupation. So console.log. Then I put here what occupation, which is not above. You'll see an error. Undefined is not defined. Okay, so basically that's it for the skipping items. Okay, so now we are done with the skipping item. Let me return it here. Sorry, occupation. Okay, so this is the initial. So let me tell you something else. Let me comment these ones out. So let's say, for example, you are interested in the first four, or let's say, for example, you want the first four as variables and the rest as an array. What do? We use the rest operator. So rest operator. For that, let me use this file. So let me just copy this, copy and use it here. Okay, so const that. So if you want to use the rest operator, so the other items will just put them as variables, and the remaining operators that you want to be as an array, you can put them in a special variable. I'll show you. So for the first part, let me use a const just like before. So first name, uh, last name, then age, then what else? Occupation. Sorry, occupation. Then for the remaining two, I want them as an array, which is called location. So to do that, we'll use the rest operator. So rest means the remaining one. So the remaining items. So to do that, you use dot dot dot. Then the name of the variable. So location. Okay, this one is equal to user profile. So user profile. Just like that. So it will say first name is John, last name is Doe, age is 34, occupation is developer. Then look, the remaining two will be taken as an array as location. Okay, so let me begin with the location. Let me clear the terminal, close this. So let me console.log. So to access it, you just use a normal variable. To access it, you just say location. But to define it, use three dots before it. To access it, just console.log location, just like a variable. It's an array though. Okay, you see USA, New York. So that's the location. It comes as an array. So this basically says that the remaining items in the array, you want them as a mini array, a smaller array from the bigger array. So there's a term they use for that. I don't remember it. Okay, for these other items, they're just variables like before. So if you say console.log first name, if you say that, let me clear this because I'm used to the error now. So let me just clear it first. So John, So if you do last name, you'll also get do. So console.log, you'll just get do. Let me clear it as usual. Close, then we run to avoid error. So do. So the remaining ones are just okay. It's this one that is special. Okay, so that's basically for the rest of operator is done. Now I think I should talk about something else, which is how we can use destructuring arrays with what do we call it? Swapping. In swapping. So let me just create sorry. Swapping. Swapping items. Let me items.js. So let's say for example a equals to 5, b equals to 10. Let's say there var a equals to that, var b is equal to that. So let's say for example you want b to be 5, a to be 10. That is swapping. So you'll say let temp equals to a. Okay, then var a equals to b, then var b equals to temp. Okay, let's see what this does. So then console.log, sorry, a, then console.log b. Okay, let's run this and see. Let me clear this as usual, close it, then run. You'll see, you see, console.log a is 10, b is 5. So this is how the old way of doing swapping works. So you put the first variable in a temporary variable, then it's the variable you assign it to the value of the second variable, then the second variable you assign it to what temp holds. Okay, so what about with restructuring? So let me just comment this out. Restructuring can help you do this. So var a comma b equals to b comma a. So then let me copy this, put it here, and comment. Okay, so if we run it, let me, as usual, clear, close, run. You see, a is 10. You see, a is 5 here. Here, a is 10. Then b is 5. B is 10 here. Here, b is 5. Okay, so basically, this one is using the structuring raise functionality to your advantage. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and wait for the next video. Ciao.